Hello everybody, this is Kiru's show here. Now before I begin, this is not the 1K special. I have actually seen someone ask me that question, and I think it kind of confused a lot of people, because this came out after Doomslayer, and I was actually around, if not, sorry, I am around 980 at the point of recording. Now then, let us begin. Directly afterwards, Deku, he would actually get Intelli or Sayako. I have to figure out how to say that. Sako. He would actually get her some food and actually pour her a cup of tea. Afterwards, the heroes would arrive, and you have a lot of different ones actually watching as they would go on explaining that Sebastian was actually the person who took everyone down, and he did so without hurting, well, not hurting, but he did so without killing and or using any weapons. He bare-fisted it, and he actually took quite a bit of injuries. But, as they can clearly see, he is in perfect health, as he is standing there just awaiting orders. Now, people are actually asking Sebastian what his quirk is, and he would just say that his quirk is very weird. In fact, he believes he could be a very good hero with it, but that is not the role he wants to serve. So, he would have to go on explaining that his quirk is called Perfectionist. Now, let us just say that there is a hero though who's very cocky, and he would just say that Perfectionist doesn't really seem to fit. What exactly does it do? Well, you see, I can do a variety of things. Ask me to do it, and I will perform it extraordinarily. Alright. How about this? You go up against my quirk. I have an enhancement quirk. If you can beat me in less than a minute, I will believe you. As these two face off. Now, Sebastian would actually say that, "Oh, dearie me, I already did put a pot on, so I will have to make this quick. Although I will also have to warn you, I do not intend to damage the bushes and or have to redo any of this work out here. So, let us begin." As the man immediately rushes towards Sebastian, Sebastian immediately just brings his hand up, catching it with a couple fingers, turning his wrist, dislocating his arm, and he immediately just brings his palm up, smashing his head into the ground. He would actually crack it, if not create a small area of damage, saying that, "Now look what you made me do. It'll take me a fine minute to repair, but it should not be very long." As everyone is shocked, as that guy is known for being a powerhouse. But this man just took him out in less than 10. The man will be trying to resist Sebastian, trying to get up, but he finds that he can't even move that arm, and things hurt a lot. Now, this is whenever Deku would just stand up, stating that, "Well, that is father for you." Wait, you have a kid? Why, yes, I do. Why, is that abnormal? No, it's just a butler's kid at a dinner table. That's quite abnormal. "Oh, well, yes, we seek room and board here. In fact, I did believe Mr. Sako had to talk with Deku, or had to talk with Izu." As the man would immediately be reminded, he'd jump up, actually asking to talk with Deku in private. He would pull Deku aside, and he would go on stating that, from what he heard, Deku chased them down for about half a mile. So, he would actually like to make a proposal. Since he actually was able to save them, and not cause any casualties, along with getting them both back unharmed, he has somewhat planned to move his daughter into a different school, since she seems to be targeted. He wants to move her from out of the all-female academy she's in to a academy where they allow male students. And Deku, he would like it if Deku attended, and actually keep an eye on her, if not protect her while he's there. Deku would just quite simply say, "Ah, is this an order, sir?" Well, it's not an order, it's a request. Please just do it. I understand, sir. As Deku would immediately just walk back into the next room and actually just sit back down, finishing off his tea, as Sebastian has already patched the hole and waiting for it to dry. Which kinda is really intriguing, as they don't even remember seeing him leave. Now, Inko would actually come up, stating that they are actually interrupting quite a bit of things, as Inko's role at the manor, I want to say she's quite simply a bit of a tutor. If not, over her years, she was actually able to create gadgets. Because she was able to power up her telekinesis, but that would not be enough. Now, I want to kind of imagine a scene where she's making a gun and she has it completely disassembled hovering above her. Like it's one of those hologram things. It sounds so cool. Just picturing it in my head makes it amazing. Kind of the way how she does this with all the words. Now, that is actually a very nifty way I can see her using her quirk to train them. If not improve Saku's intelligent quirk to actually think more on her feet. Now then, Deku, he would actually wake up the next day and put on the school uniform. As getting the paperwork signed and everything moved over was kind of easy whenever you know about every single person and possibly on the academy. Now, after this, Deku would be walking out the door with Sako and Intelli, and she's actually asking why he's coming along. Deku would say that her father essentially enrolled him in the school, so he can't just stay at the manor all day. As she's really saying, he's sending you with me as a bodyguard, isn't he? Oh, well, it seems you are intelligent, Miss Intelli. Don't call me that at school, as you wish. And stop doing that, okay? Psycho? Please stop. Alright, I'll stop. As Deku and her would walk in silence to the academy. Now, they would both arrive, and people would be watching as Deku, he may be wearing the academy uniform, but he still wears the white gloves, which kind of off-put people, because they're thinking, oh, his quirk has something to do with touching all 5 fingers, correct? Which kind of intrigued them, as people would actually be walking up asking him what his quirk is, as they are in a very high class. Deku would just say that his quirk is called Perfectionist, if not Perfection, which some people are kind of intrigued by, as Deku would go on saying that it's nothing special really. Make a request and he shall perform it up to extraordinary standards that the person requires. Someone will quite simply say that that's not impressive at all, that just sounds like you being able to do a trick. It sounds like you have more of an illusion quirk. Ah, yes, well, you can try. As the guy would say that, alright, you're pissing me off, so, how about this? Your quirk against mine. I want you to fight me blindfolded. And I want to say this guy has a soundwave quirk, or some stupid quirk, like something to just mess with one of your senses. And Deku would actually do so. Actually taking out his handkerchief and actually putting it around his eyes, blindfolding himself, as he asked if he should only use one hand, or does he want him to use two, or he could just put his hands behind his back and use his feet. The guy would get annoyed, saying that he doesn't care what he does, just fight him. As Deku would just say, as you wish. He brings his hands up, and the guy immediately gets even more pissed off, as he thinks that Deku's now just messing with him. He immediately just starts blasting sound around the area, and Deku immediately somewhat recoils, actually feeling this in his ears. Everyone's watching, and Telly is actually thinking, okay, so I wonder how this is going to go. He's obviously going to win, but how is he going to, I wonder? As Deku is immediately just running around and actually jumping off of different objects. It actually got to a point where Deku, he was about to get hit, but he immediately just dodged sideways and actually started standing on the wall. He was doing this for a split second, but people were able to at least notice that he should have fallen. As he begins running alongside of it, he immediately comes down, kicking the kid in the face, knocking him further away. As this happens, Deku immediately takes off the blindfold, saying that, well, that should do it, but I believe that you do not want to continue, correct? The guy would say yes, as he's actually rubbing his cheeks, saying that, geez, he didn't even expect that. Alrighty then, well, come here. As Deku immediately just opens up his shirt, revealing a small first aid kit. He actually brings it out and actually patches the kid up, and immediately helps him to his feet, patting him down and getting all the dust off of him, saying that, there you go, back in tip-top shape. Now then, I believe we should go back to class before we are late. As Deku turns around, walking away. The guys left there confused, thinking, wait, so I pissed him off, challenged him, he whooped my ass, helped me with my injuries, and essentially cleaned me off, I believe. That sounds very wrong to say in the context, but he basically helped me. I feel like an asshole now. As he says this, people would actually somewhat crowd around him, asking what else can he do. As he would ask them if they would like to see a little trick. He immediately just jumps to his feet, and he actually takes his chair out, and he immediately puts it on one peg, actually be able to balance on a couple fingers. As this is going on, Intelli is actually saying that if, with her quirk, he has a 2% chance of falling, but if he moves it up to about one finger, he has a 98% chance of falling, if not 99. So, as she immediately looks at him with a shit-eating grin, she says, try doing it on one finger and I will believe you about your quirk. As Deku says very well, he immediately moves over to his little finger, actually balancing on it. As he actually brings his hand out, and he actually starts moving it around. This actually shocks her, as she's trying to go over the numbers and he's doing the impossible, if not near to the impossible. Now, Deku would immediately just go off balance, and she's thinking, oh, I knew it, as he falls back into his chair, comfortably scooting himself in, saying that he believes class is about to begin, so they will have to wait until later. Now then, I do believe that they are still around 7 years old. Yeah, I believe that they are. If not, I think I aged them up. I don't know, I tried recording this earlier today, and I maybe mixing things up between these two recordings, because that one I did not release, because copyrighted music in the background. I love that our speakers reach our room. Now then, along with that, if I did not say that, then I'm sorry. I meant to have said that they are around the age of 7 when this happened. Now, Deku, he is actually very, very happy that he is actually able to impress everyone. People are talking with him, and it is around lunchtime. Deku is thinking about where to sit, and everyone's offering him a seat, but you just see Intelli sitting in the corner by herself. Somewhat a bit pouty, as Deku immediately walks over, actually sitting down. He does so, and he actually asks her if she's okay, And she would go on saying that she'll be fine, it's just being here is weird. I'm not with any of my friends, I'm not with anyone. Oh, well, if you're looking for friends then I guess we can be friends. Oh, really? You're just a butler. Not the butler's son, a personal bodyguard my dad hired. Oh no, your dad didn't hire me. He asked me if I could do this. Oh, really? So you're doing this out of your own free will? Well, yes, actually. He asked me if I could look after you. So, what does that make you then? Well, friends do look after each other. Ms. Deku immediately pulls out a thermos from his backpack, actually pouring out some warm tea, actually asking if she would like some. She looks at this and actually asks what kind is it, and Deku goes on saying that from what he turned around the manor, this is her favorite. As he would say it, I believe jasmine tea, or red jasmine. And she would go on saying that, so he is at least useful for something. As she takes it and she sips on it. Using her quirk, she actually starts visualizing things she wants to do and she's a hero. She would go on saying that, well, these two would actually start having a very heated conversation about different things. These two are actually doing their homework at the table that the teacher was talking about in class, and people are watching as Intelli is essentially using her intelligence quirk, and Deku is just using his regular quirk. These two are talking, and they get to the point where teachers actually overhear them, and they come running out thinking that they're cheating, and they would just see that these two are just in a very heated standoff, talking to one another. They begin talking so fast, and in very complex ways that people are somewhat confused. Deku would immediately just say, well, that I believe we are done now. Oh yeah, actually you are correct, but what about this one? As she goes on, pointing down at Deku's paper. Deku immediately looks down, questioning it, as she immediately just brings her hand up, flicking him in the nose. As Deku actually moves backwards, he brings his hand up, saying that, that is quite rude. Oh, please. Friends are silly with one another. So we are friends. For now. As Deku turns his head, everyone else is staring at them, and Deku would actually somewhat just start. He would actually give a smirk as he actually smiles. A lot of the girls immediately feel their heart throb, which cannot blame them. It's Sebastian, Michael's son. I really hate that I just did that, but I'm leaving that in, as that is essentially a joke that Sebastian and Grail have with one another. Sebastian smiles, Grail immediately just fangirls. Now then. They essentially walk back into class, and people are actually talking with Intelli, asking what her and Deku are essentially, how are they related to one another. She would immediately bring up her hand, saying that they're not related. It's okay. I'm gonna explain it, but please don't be weird about it. Okay. He's okay. My dad, we kind of live in a certain place, and he kind of is the son of a guy who works there. Wait, what do you mean? My name is Psycho Intelli. My dad owns this protective business in international intelligence and home defense. Basically, like a Japanese special force thing. Basically, meaning that anything that comes across the attention of the authorities or law that heroes cannot deal with, Psycho Intelli's family can actually intervene. Her dad is currently the head of the family business, but it is not illegal before anyone asks. As she goes on saying that people are actually somewhat interested, as, oh, we've heard of that before. It's not that big of a deal with heroes around nowadays. Yeah, but those guys get all kinds of jurisdiction the heroes don't. Those guys don't need warrants, those guys don't need morals, they don't need anything like that. Well, yeah, but they still have to follow certain laws. Ah, well, yes, as Deku interrupts, the girls turn around, seeing him. He would go on stating that those people, they essentially are able to work outside the laws, but they still must withhold them. Basically, his best example he can think of is this. If I were walking down a busy street, and all of a sudden I get hit with a brick or something random, the man who threw it may get arrested, but if I were to throw the brick back at him, we both would. But if I were to use my protective custody or whatever this agency considers as their above code, I would essentially be able to get out of the situation. In the public's view, that would not be very good, as this is basically me abusing the power that I was given. As Deku goes into a full-on rant about it, everyone begins understanding as they would just say, so wait, he works at your guys' house and he's a butler? Ah, well, yes, I do actually, as Deku immediately brings up his hands, saying that he is just one hell of a butler. Now, that is probably going to be the running gag for this series, and I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I am actually leaving off here. So, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I will catch you guys later.